If you're ready to be inspired, then today's episode is for you.
Welcome to Discover Statesville, the show that takes you on a captivating journey through the heart of one of North Carolina's most charming towns.
Welcome to Discover Statesville. Today we're joined by Freddie Morrison and Nickey Mott, members of the band N-Spire. How are y'all?
Doing good.
Welcome. Glad you're here.
Richard. Yes, sir.
Glad you're here. So why don't you guys start off by telling us, we were talking a little bit before we started the show about how you guys kind of got into music. So I guess starting with you, Freddie, why don't you kind of tell us your storied career in the music industry?
Okay, well, to start off, I started playing guitar in the 7th grade, and some close friends of mine started a little band. We used to do little sock hops in the different high schools and elementary schools, and had a great time. I ended up joining another band that were doing more dates on the road. Like, matter of fact, my first gig in the 9th grade was playing for University of Tennessee on the weekend.
Wow.
Yeah, and that band was called the Fabulous Flames. Back then, James Brown had the Famous Flames, so this group was named the Fabulous Flames, and we played just about every weekend. Had a booking agency out of Charlotte, and upon my graduating from high school, I was enrolled to Central Piedmont College in Charlotte, and I was ready to go. But 2 weeks after I graduated from high school, I received a phone call to go fill in for a bass player that this band had just fired. And I did. I went. The name of the band was the Reggie Sadler Review.
Reggie Sadler Review.
Reggie Sadler Review, and they were based in the Hickory area. They were a bad band. Just 5 pieces now. Mm-hmm. And this was I had heard them previously, and they were the tightest band that I had ever heard without a horn section. And I went and played the date with them. They liked me, and I liked them. So I had an opportunity. They asked me to join the band. Well, my life dream was to be a professional musician and make a living off of my gift. So this was opportunity. So I neglected
Goodbye, Central
go to
Piedmont.
school. Goodbye, Central Piedmont. And by the way, they had just signed with Delight Records, which is the same label that Kool and the Gang was on, made it popular. And
Sometimes life has other plans, and that's okay.
Yeah, and it was good.
Yeah.
It was good. We traveled all over the world, all over the country, recorded a couple albums, a couple of 45s back in the, had the little plastic vinyl stuff.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but it was good. So I did that for about 11 years.
I have some 45s, Freddie. I have 45s with the little insert that goes in them to turn them into a record. So.
Oh, okay.
I know what a 45 is.
Great. And then upon coming back to Statesville, I was getting older and realized that I needed something. Music was great. Money was funny sometimes.
Sure.
As that industry can be. So I ended up coming back to Statesville and started playing for church, doing choir stuff for Mitchell College. We had an inspirational choir that was open to the public to participate in, and did that, and ended up starting a gospel male group. Mm-hmm. So the male group started back in '94. The name of the group was Day One. We recorded a CD, and about 2 years after that, we decided to change the name to Join Air. And from Join Air, there were times where people needed an instrumental group for special occasions like anniversaries, weddings, receptions. And so we would go and just play some instrumental stuff.
Right.
So after a while, things slowed down for the gospel group, and I started receiving more calls for the reception stuff.
Right.
So a couple of the guys and I just decided, well, let's just add some vocal stuff to what we're doing and see how that goes. And that's how we got inspired.
Well, there you go.
And
So started out as an all-male group.
All-male group. and I have to give Brandon, he's not able to be here because there wasn't enough room for him to be here. But
Sorry, Brandon.
Yeah,
Look,
sorry, Brandon.
We only have 4 stools.
We filled this table up pretty good.
Only 4 stools.
but he named the band N-Spire.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have the backstory as to why Brandon named the band N-Spire?
It's just something that I guess he was feeling that we, inspire people. And that is our goal, is to, whenever you hear us, if you're not inspired, there is a problem. There's a serious problem. If you're not inspired after hearing this or seeing us perform.
And so around what year was that you guys made the shift to N-Spire and sort of the current vibe that you guys have going on?
That was probably around 2014.
Oh, okay.
2015.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
I think this is a good time to mention for our listeners who've been following along through all the episodes. We're on episode 15 now. I think it's right.
Take your word for that.
Episode 15. I see Isaiah over there with some media shaking his head, so he's keeping track. But a few episodes again, we had Tevin Carr and the Insomniacs on.
Mm-hmm.
Well, him and Capria also couldn't fit all the amazing people that make up what they're doing. But I found out in speaking to you that Brandon is Tevin Carr's father.
Yes.
Right?
That's
so he was born with music in his blood too, right?
Yes.
Gone on to do amazing things. So you have N-Spire, all male vocal group here in Statesville. At what point did you realize that you needed Nickey Mott in your life?
I always knew that Nickey was an awesome vocalist and just a good, beautiful person, beautiful soul. And we were, always friendly over the years. And I heard her at an event, and I'm like, this is what we've been missing. And we made contact with her, asked her if she would be interested in coming to, I think we said audition, but like audition her. We gonna audition her? So,
she was auditioning you, Freddie. You just didn't know it.
Yes. So, and I don't think that you hadn't heard us, really, had you?
No.
Yeah. So we were playing down at Trump National for an event.
Okay.
So she and her husband John came down, and so after the event, she came up to audition to sing a song. Well, as some of the people were leaving after the event, when they got to the door and they heard her sing, they came back in the venue just to hear her sing. So it was like, duh.
So Nickey was
no-brainer.
the first and only female addition to the group, and it's just
At the time, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And how long ago was that,
Yeah.
Nickey?
Well, around like what he was saying, 2014.
Oh, so,
is kinda
okay.
like when 2015?
It's about 2015.
Okay.
Yeah, because this is 20. Yeah, it's about 2015 or 2016.
So it wasn't long after you guys had made the jump to
Right,
N-Spire that
right.
you came into.
Right.
Right.
And so what's your musical background pre-N-Spire?
So I'm that one that was born singing. I just came out of my mama's womb and just like was singing. No.
I believe it.
So I actually got really interested in singing when I was about 6 years old. I was in Ohio visiting family, and my cousin, she would play these songs, and we would get singing them together. And my auntie, they went to church, and so she was like teaching me harmonies. And so when she taught it to me and we sang it, it sounded so good. Like, I'm 6 years old, and it sounded so good. We're calling my mom up on the phone like, Mom, I know how to harmonize. I'm so excited. And so that's kind of where my passion began. But I've gone through a whole lot of ups and downs with it because I was so nervous to sing in front of people. So really coming to N-Spire was something that like took me totally out of a box that I was in, because I had never sang with like live bands before. I would sing can music and I would sing by myself, but it took me a really long time to get to the place where I felt really comfortable doing a lot of the things that I was doing, like years. So getting on with N-Spire was like heaven because it was like I just started singing a song and they just had me. They just scooped me up and just had me, and it was just an amazing experience. Amazing experience. Plus, I love being the only girl. I mean, my brother. I only have 2 brothers. I don't have any sisters, so it felt real good to be like the only female at that time. And I definitely made that known. These my brothers, y'all, and I'm the only female vocalist in this group.
Oh yeah, she made that loud and clear one night. We played a date, and somebody, female, said, "I can sing. Can I come to rehearsal?" Then that's when she said, "No, we're good." So that was into that one.
Yes.
I understand completely. So, in preparation for you guys coming on, I went out and looked at your website, also designed by Nickey, very talented in marketing and branding. Takes on that role for y'all too. But I read that you went from all male gospel group to more multi-genre. So like kind of highlight for us the types of songs and music for someone who maybe hasn't heard N-Spire yet, but is going to be Googling you as soon as they hear the show.
Yeah, well, we try to be versatile. We'll do Mr. Magic, which is a jazz, a type of song, to Average White Band, Pick Up the Pieces, Aretha Franklin, Little Temptations,
Stevie.
Michael Jackson, Stevie, Kool and the Gang,
Right.
Earth, Wind and Fire. So we all over the place.
And you've been, I know here recently, you guys, I got to see you out at Carolina Bloom Fest several weeks ago now. I can't believe it seems like yesterday, but several weeks ago now. So you do events like that here in Statesville, but you also travel and do events like in the region, or?
Yes.
Yeah.
We've been working with a couple of agencies who have been really good to us as far as booking us, getting us dates, and so we'll go wherever somebody wants us to go.
Wherever the action is.
Wherever, yes.
I was telling Cindy that we had like a huge wave of things that we did this past summer. So we were everywhere: Charlotte, Valentine, Morrisville, just all over the place. It was nice.
Yeah,
it was nice.
I've seen you guys on the move. It's been inspiring.
Thank you.
But so Freddie and you and I were talking here the past couple months. Statesville has really become like a mecca and a destination for destination weddings. So we have people traveling in from New York and Chicago and California because it's less expensive. Now that friends and family live all over the world, it's less expensive for everyone to kind of come together in one destination and stay in the hotels and have a wedding than for everyone to travel back home, or I guess some of the venues up north are very expensive. So our as we've got 6 or 7 kind of destination wedding venues, is that something N-Spire would do? You guys would entertain doing weddings and stuff like that too, or?
Oh yeah, of course. We would entertain doing just about anything. Anything that would inspire someone.
Yeah.
Anything that would promote love and peace and harmony. Whether it's weddings, wedding receptions, graduation parties, birthday parties, just if an organization just want to have an event and want a good, uplifting, upbeat dance with that good dance music.
Right.
Yes.
We would love to do it.
That's a good mission, Nickey. You need to add that to the website.
What's that?
Inspiring love, peace, and harmony. If that's what you're looking for, that inspires for you. Yeah. One of the things that Richard and I really enjoy about everyone that we're having the benefit of meeting through this Discover Statesville podcast is we always find that the people behind the organization or the group or anything that we're talking about are just so amazing, doing amazing things in the community. So if you guys are good with it, I'd like to talk about a little bit like Freddie as a person, outside of the music and Nickey as a person? I mean, I know these things, but we want our listeners to know. So tell us a little about, I mean, you have a great career with the City of Statesville, right?
I did, yes.
Yeah.
I did.
So tell us a little bit about that. And you and your wife are doing some amazing things with your nonprofit. We'd love to hear about that too. Yeah, share that with us.
Well, I upon moving back here from Los Angeles back in the day, I, like I said, realized that I wasn't getting any younger, and my retirement account was null and void. And there was a position that was available with the city that I applied for and was offered the position of sanitation superintendent. I was able to go to school at that time, did that, and I continued playing music, but I wasn't in a band. But I did continue with gospel music and playing for different churches. So I was there for 36 years with the City of Statesville.
Amazing career.
Amazing career.
That's how I first had the benefit of meeting you.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
glad
yeah.
I did.
That's how I met your husband too.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Trying to work out his trash his trash situation with no dumpster locations, where he's located. So I'm glad things worked out there.
Don't hold it against a man who's trying to grow his little business.
I think to Freddie's point, I mean, a career with the city held in very high regard. The sanitation department, I think, is certainly looked at as one of the most professional and customer service oriented departments in the city, and I've got to assume that you had a major role in shaping that the way that it is.
Well, I would like to think I did, because I approached it as I treat people the same way that you would want to be treated, or assist them in the way that you want to be treated if you needed some kind of service, or in Brandon's situation with the restaurant, that was very important to get something worked out for him. But it happened, but that's just me.
Sure.
And so then moving forward, my wife started a nonprofit called Speak Life and Live, and Richard have been very instrumental with assisting them with the summer camps. They have a reading camp, chess camp, and art camp every summer, to give the kids something to do while they're out of school. And in the meantime, they're going in to the schools year round now. Since COVID, since children have fallen so far behind,
Right.
And
Very needed.
mentoring, they have several retired educators that are helping and working with them. So I am the ambassador for Speak Life and Live, and shout out.
Does that
to
mean
Speak
she
Life.
does all? Does that mean she does all the hard work?
Yes, yeah. All of the hard work, yeah. But I still have a title. I can't be on the board.
Oh, okay.
But I was gifted that title after I announced my retirement from the city. So
There are worse titles. So
Yeah,
you're doing all right.
ambassador's a great
you're doing all
title.
right.
That's all highly
yeah,
regarded.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need great ambassadors, and Speak Life and Live is definitely doing great things in our community. So definitely shout out to them. And of course, I didn't know Nickey was a singer when I first met her. She's got an amazing career with our YMCA, right? Want to tell us a little bit about that?
Sure thing. So I've been with the Y now for 13 years.
Wow.
When I first came onto the Y, I was just teaching Zumba, right? And actually, it kind of started before that, because I was like, okay, my mom's sick. I'm my mom's twin, so I need to do something about my health. So I promised myself like 5 days a week I was going to exercise for a year. I did reach that goal, but in the interim, everybody's like, oh, you should teach because you do so good in class. So I was like, okay, fine, I'll do Zumba. Well, in the midst of doing Zumba, I did it for about a year and a half, and then I got sick and I couldn't do it anymore. But I had developed all of these relationships, so I didn't want to get away from my people, because it was just so uplifting because I was coming out of like 8 years homemaker and I'm raising kids and now they all in school, right?
Right.
So when I get out, I'm just like, okay, here I come, world. Well, anyway, working at the Y was kind of like one of those things that I decided to do because my husband told me something that really got on my nerves, but it helped me.
Husbands do that.
Right,
That
yes.
doesn't sound like us. That does not sound like us at all.
Watch it. Skip.
But he knows though. He knows because this was like the most inspiring, even though he got on my nerves. It was one of the most inspiring moments of my life because he said to me, he said, you know what, you are so inconsistent, is what he told me. And I was just like mad, and I probably ain't talked to him for a couple days. But I thought about it, and I'm like, he's right. And so working at the Y was my way to prove him wrong because an opening came up at the front desk, and at first I'm all high city, like I can only work 2 days a week, and I got to go to my kids' stuff. And so anyway, finally, when my kids got more involved and developed in school, it was like, okay, I can spend a little bit more time at the Y. So I quickly moved up. It was like part-time to part-time lead, eventually membership director to region, which is what I am now, regional. And I did get promoted this past week to HR.
Oh,
Wow.
congratulations.
Yes. So
That's a perfect fit for you.
right.
Yeah.
I mean, I just love like the development and the relationships and training and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, taking care of people.
Exactly. So, the relationships though that I've built at the Y are like priceless. Like, I don't know if you had any invite to TC's. He was inducted into the Legal Hall of Fame.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah. So, just TC and Jackie, his wife, like I built that relationship at the Y. And so I'm invited out to these things with these members who, feel enough about me that they invite me to those important things. And so I absolutely love the relationships that we build. And, then it just kind of supersedes just the Y. We'll go to lunch, we'll go, do something together, volunteer together, or just all kinds of stuff.
Building community.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
So,
that's amazing. Congratulations
thank you.
on your promotion. Speaking of people, I don't want to end the podcast without talking about the rest of N-Spire, even though they couldn't be here with us. Sorry again, Brandon. But tell us about the rest of the group, like just who they are and what their role is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Brandon, of course. Brandon is the drummer. Brandon and I have worked together. In fact, we started the first gospel group.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
your family.
Yeah. So we go back a long ways. Actually, back prior to that, because I was the director of the Mitchell College Inspirational Choir prior to starting Day One.
Okay.
So he and I have go back a long ways. As a matter of fact, we both got married on the same day. The same day. So that's how far.
Same
back we
year?
go.
Exact same day?
The exact same day.
Different places?
I think Leslie and I's wedding was at 4:00, and he and Candy was at either 2 or 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
That's a busy day.
So we weren't able to go to each other's weddings. But yeah. So but yeah, Brandon is the drummer. Brandon also has a recording studio. Yeah, and
Here in
Dwayne,
Statesville?
Here in Statesville. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Our keyboardist is Dwayne Smith. Dwayne is a teacher. He teaches music. I think he's working in Mount Airy now.
Okay.
Yadkinville. I think.
Yadkinville.
Yeah. He's one of the lead vocalists and keyboardists. Super nice guy. A lot of fun. And our saxophonist and vocalist is India McQuarter.
Okay.
And India just finished it's a master's degree from App.
Okay.
New council.
Newer member of the
And
The group?
The newest member, well, we're saying that he's out. He's in because he keeps telling us just
This is the
let
big
him know.
announcement.
He said, "Call me if you need him."
Yeah, he said.
I'm tingling with
just-
anticipation
just-
over here.
Just call me and let me know when the rehearsal is. And so right now, our guitarist is Mitch Huntley.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
awesome
Well, welcome,
musician.
Mitch. And it sounds like Nickey gave in, right, to another
Oh yes,
female.
and I'm in love with this
Yeah.
little chica too. Well, see, the thing is, we had to make some changes because 2020 brought about a lot of changes for us.
Sure.
And so the thing is, the one thing that we all had in common is that we love music and we love being in this band, and we didn't want to stop. And so, in order for us to continue going, we had to kind of like what they did whenever they decided they needed me. We had to make some adjustments, and they've proven to be real good. Because let me tell you, that girl be playing that saxophone.
That's amazing. Well, Freddie and Nickey, we love you being N-Spire and love you being a band here in Statesville, and are looking forward to much more success as you guys continue to grow in the future. But tell our listeners, how do they get a hold of N-Spire and how do they book you for their next event?
Well, if they want to call me directly, they can call me at 704-500-6742.
Okay.
That's morning, noon, or night.
All right.
Okay? Or they can reach out to us on our website and Facebook page.
Okay. And that's
The
just
website is inspirebandstatesville.com.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we're on Facebook. But just so that everybody understands, it's not INSPIRE, it's N-SPIRE.
Right. It means a whole lot to us that you guys took time out of your schedules today to be
Yeah,
with
thank
us.
you so much.
Thank
So
you
we
for
really
having-
appreciate it.
Yes.
Inspire, folks. Check them out.
Thank you for joining Discover Statesville. You can email us at discover@statesvillenc.com. Check us out on Facebook at Discover Statesville NC, #Discover Statesville, and our website, statesvillenc.com. Catch us next week as we continue on our journey to uncover the hidden gems, culinary adventures, entertainment, and to be inspired and enlightened as we discover Statesville.